Hey you guys, it's your girl Christina here. Welcome to Christina Wells Designs. I wanted to take a quick moment and kind of tell you the story behind me designing and making clothes and how CWD came to be. So when I was growing up, my mom made all kinds of clothes for us. She made shorts, tops, and all kinds of matching sets for my sister and I. But I didn't really understand how cool sewing could be, even after she made my prom dress and all other kinds of fun gowns for me. I don't know. I think back then sewing just didn't seem cool. Having homemade things wasn't as cool as having store-bought items. And so it wasn't until I was in my 30s, actually, my late 30s, that I decided that I wanted to personally sew. It was 2013, so I guess about 9 years ago. One of my dear friends, Sandy, asked me to be a bridesmaid. And I was going back to school. I was getting my bachelor's degree, and single mom, kids were junior high school, and I just didn't have the money to buy a dress. And so she was so generous and was like, girl, just get yourself here, get a dress, and I will take care of the rest. And I was like, are you sure? She's like, yeah. So I'm like, okay. So I get this Kenmore sewing machine from a garage sale for I think I paid $15 for it. And I went to Hancock, I think it was, and I got fabric and I got a pattern that would fit me. And I just sat down and started reading the instructions and going through step by step and looking up on YouTube every time I didn't understand something it told me to do. And it took me a long time. It took me weeks and weeks. It might even take me a couple months. But I finally got the dress done, and I was really proud of myself. Now, you couldn't look on the inside because it was crazy in there, but the outside looked good. And I was really proud of the dress. Well, I think this kind of opened my mind, and the next time I wanted a nice dress, instead of going to buy one, I went and got another pattern. But this time I was going to make the dress for when I graduated from my bachelor's program. And nobody told me that stretchy fabric needs different thread and different needles and different stitches. Let's just say there was a lot of crying over that sewing machine. Over time, I just kept making clothes that would work for different occasions. And I mean, obviously at this point, I'm not singing or anything. So it's just regular life stuff. And I just wanted to make a dress, so I'd make a dress. Well, as the years passed, my son's in football, and we get shirts, right? Moms get shirts for football. Parents get shirts. Well, they would never fit me because I'm big. So I would order 2 shirts, and I'd cut one up and make panels in one of them, and then put the 2 together, and bam, I had a shirt that fit me. Or I'd get sequins and put it on the edge of the sleeves or on the collar. And so I just kept doing these really simple, small projects to add dimension and opportunities to my wardrobe, because I'm a big woman. If you've seen any of my videos, you'll know I'm a 4X, 5X size woman, and wear 26, 28, and you don't always have options whenever it's time for even ordering t-shirts. People will be like, you want a 1, 2, or 3X? And I'm like, can I have 2 3Xs, please? But anyway, so over time ends up that I start singing. My sons are graduating from high school, and I decide to start singing, and I want to wear pretty dresses. So I go back to doing the same thing. Let me go find a pattern, and let me figure out the pattern, and let me make myself a dress. One day I was with my sister, and we were looking at patterns, and she's like, you keep making the same dresses. You keep making the same dresses. She's like, you're smart enough. You can make anything you want. Why don't you make something else? And I was like, rude, but your sister could tell you. And then I thought, maybe she's right. Maybe I can make more complicated things. So I started just designing things. I know how to make a bodice. I know how to make sleeves. I know how to make a skirt. What if I did it like this? Or what if I switched it up? Or what if I didn't use a pattern at all, and I just drew what I wanted onto the fabric and see what happens? And over time, it became that I could just draw it on a piece of paper, and I just knew how to make the dress. And last year I decided to set a goal for myself to sing the national anthem at all of the professional sporting teams for the city of Houston. And I don't know why, but I got this wild idea to make a tutu. So I started making these tutus, and then the tutu thing took off. And then so sewing for me is freedom. Sewing for me is like a big wide open door to any outfit I want to wear. But I've realized that most people feel like clothes don't fit them. someone who's tall and now everything's a high water, or someone who has a short upper body and a long lower body, and so now all their tops look like nightgowns and dresses. And so a lot of people struggle with finding clothes that fit their body. I want to help people to have the same freedom that I have. If I think of a dress this morning and I draw it out, I can make it this afternoon. And that's because I'm not making crazy complicated clothes. Like I have done it. I made my son got married. I made the suits. I made all kinds of clothes. I made the baby's clothes. I made everybody's clothes. And I can do, 47 piece patterns. I've done it. But this is not really how I want to sew. I like simple 2, 3, 4 piece patterns where you really can get in there and you can easily adjust it. Like, for example, if I do a simple dress like this, you're talking about sleeve, bodice, front, back, skirt, front, back. Come on now, that's 3 pieces. That's what I'm talking about. And that's the way that you're going to be able to say, I have big boobs, I need to extend it. I don't have big boobs, I don't need it this big. And it's easy to adjust it. And that's where Christina Wells Designs has come from, because I want to make it possible for other people to do what I do. And so I've decided to start this business sharing my tools, sharing my tips, sharing my resources, and sharing these patterns that I've created, these very simple patterns for these dresses that so many people have reached out to me to say that they love. So if you're down for the journey, click the subscribe button, follow me here on YouTube, or if you're seeing this on Facebook or Instagram, please take a minute, give me a follow. I really will appreciate it. I have a team of people working with me, and we are working hard to make the patterns that we're coming out with and all of Christina Wells Designs something that is easy, accessible, and fun, because we want you to have fashion that's by you and for you, right? Okay, you guys, I love you all. Thank you so much for following me on this journey, and can't wait to show you the next one.